TMZ to the front of the stage. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, y'all are considering as a celebrity. The girl who unalived her mom using a man with autism and a low IQ collecting a permanent disability check. And y'all are saying Easter 2025, celebrities celebrate in all the ways. Did y'all see her live where she said that the Easter Bunny pictures were too expensive, which is why she didn't take them? Yeah, celebrities could afford $50 Easter Bunny pictures. Or $75. I'm just saying. Okay. This is not giving celebrity. TMZ, why are you up here playing on our tops? Could you imagine being so hood, you just take a picture by where the Easter Bunny take pictures at? That's diabolic. I can't. Y'all play too much here on this internet and TMZ. Why are you out here playing like this? Okay, so it's time to address the rumors. Now, y'all are out here trying to say that I came up with the rumors that Ken Urker is happy and that I reached out to Cowboy Bear. Now, Cowboy Bear mentioned to you guys that he reached out to me, which I respect him a lot for that. Cowboy Bear and I really don't speak like that. Not that I have anything against him, not that he has anything against me. You know, I have stuff going on, so much people that I speak to, that we just really haven't touched bases on a regular basis like that. However, I would like to prove my case. Because, you know, you can't say something about me and not have receipts, you know. Because I have the receipts. Okay, Ken is clearly... But, let me show y'all this. This was July 11th of 2024 at 1:06. Cowboy Boy messaged me. Okay. I am not going to share the entire message because I just don't feel like that is appropriate. But he did message me. I have never shown this receipt before, because there's a lot of receipts for a lot of things that I haven't shown. Trust and believe. I keep all receipts in the pockets. But Cowboy Bear was not the only person to message me, and I have said this so many times. But I know y'all ain't believing me, so let me show you. So I took a screenshot of this because I needed the date and the time to show up. This was July 13th of 2024. This is another person. Okay. And there was many. Okay. I've never shown these receipts before. So you can't say, oh, Nina, I have never shown these receipts before for a reason. Because I didn't feel like it needed to. But I have way more receipts on Ken that I'm sure he don't want me to bust out. When I told him last year, don't play with me, I ain't meant that. I'm just saying. Happy Easter, y'all. So I saw this video and I want y'all to see it. It's by CJ and he posts a lot on TikTok. I don't really know if he posts a lot on here. I will tag him down below, but he actually makes pretty funny content about Gypsy. And I'm actually not sure why he doesn't have more followers. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But anyway, let's get right into it and watch it.
No jeopardy, no doubt. Cause yeah, Gypsy out the cage and she's still playing games. Fake tears, veneers, and the thirst for fame. Y'all know my name is CJB on the beat. So let's go. She a whole lot wrapped up in a lace front wig. Fake cancer, fake pain, fake being a kid. Wheelchair rolling around, but her conscience is dead. Mama's in the ground and she posting thirst threads. Clout chasing queen with a Munchausen crown. Only thing she survived was being caught and then let out. Talking I'm a victim, but the timeline's off. You been scheming long before you killed your mom. You were never abused, you're just slick with the spin. Play sick for attention, and now you're playing to win. Mirror selfies with a smirk, playing innocent, but the smile looks guilty. The internet is sick of it, and so am I. She looking like a Funko Pop with a felon's glow up. She married a simp with a GED and no luck. And in her mind she's a movie star, only if the movie's at the trailer park. Call her narcissist of the year, there's no contest. She live stream her own trial just to monetize it. She's claiming she wanted freedom, but nah girl, you wanted filters, fame, and brand deals, and that's it, right? Fake cry on cue, she's got Oscars to win, but karma has a timer and it's setting in. There's no change in when she's got all she needs. She went from her mama's meds to her face up on the screen. So here's the anthem for Gypsy Rose the Myth, the queen of deceit with the marketing twist. Don't call it redemption, a rollout phase. Hope the Wi-Fi strong on your next court case. Hope Nick GODEJOHN can see the sun one day, bring a little justice back to DD's name. Hope Brian Anderson will go ahead and move on. Hope the true crime community can be strong. Here's another song, so digest the lyrics. My name is not Earl, but karma's coming, I can feel it. They call me CJB and ignorance, I try to heal it. Cause far too many grifters make their money off of spirits.
Alright, next up, we're gonna watch this clip about Dreamer talking about me, and then we'll talk about it.
Wallace, I should go do that wig that Key wants to send me.
I think
So she wants to wear blonde hair and pretend like she's white.
I think it would be so funny.
What I do, it's go big or go home. The one I'm working now, I've been working on it a month and I'm not even halfway.
Did Dreamer just say you're big, so go home?
You know, hey, I got a question. Do you really think just to get at Wallace, I should go do that wig that Key wants to send me?
I think
So she wants to wear blonde hair and pretend like she's white?
I think it would be so funny.
Oh, well, we did have a fit. But she's such a liar. I can't stand her.
I think it would be so funny.
And then with the logo.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know what? Bones would get hold of it. He'd go to the field
Me
day.
personally, I think it
Dreamer to the front of the stage. And I'm going to say this and try to be as tactful as possible. And if it doesn't come out tactful, oh well. Because I have really left you alone for the most part. In fact, you can't really find a single video of me trash talking you. And it's out of respect for my elders that I have not really spoken on you, even though you've came for me for over a year. But it's getting to the point where I no longer give a damn how old you are, and I'm not going to be respectful anymore because I don't care. I don't care what mental health issues you have, what lack of education you have, or anything like that. That is not my problem. That is your issue. Okay? And I shouldn't have to be nice to you despite of the things that you say. Okay? Despite of everything you said, I've still remained respectful to you because you are an elder. But keep playing on this internet with me. Keep playing on this internet with me. I will drag you for filth. Okay? I know a lot about you that I have not said. Okay? There's a lot of things I haven't addressed. And I don't think you want me to address it because if I do, I'm coming with receipts. And I want you to clarify what acting white is. I would really love for you to clarify that. Wearing a blonde wig means I'm acting white. So when I wear a curly wig, does that mean I'm acting Spanish? I'm just asking. Like, what else have I acted? Because blonde is not the only wig I've worn, so please elaborate on it. What is acting white? Please explain. Oblige me. Don't piss on me and tell me it's raining because you say inherently racist things and then say that I play the race card. You're that racist that you would say something racist and say, oh no, I'm not racist. You are racist. And I'm not saying maybe. I'm not saying I think. You are. I said what I said. And if you don't like it, do something about it. And Bree is racist. That's why she's always saying she plays the race card. When y'all say racist stuff all the time. And then you use something like, oh, well, my cousin is biracial, or my dad is black, or my cousin's shoe is black. I can't be racist. He wears black Nikes. Let's be so for real. You can't say, oh, I'm not racist because I have a black niece or nephew. That means nothing. I had a dog before, and I don't love dogs. Okay? So what does that mean? Like, make it make sense. But stop coming on this app being racist and then saying that somebody else is using a race card. And as for the wigs, I don't care what you have to say. I have a wig on right now. I have a head full of hair. I'm never going to stop wearing wigs. They're easy. I can wear what I want to wear, when I want to wear it, how I want to wear it, how long I want to wear it, how short I want to wear it, what color I want to wear it, what style I want to wear it. I will wear what the hell I want to wear because I have those options. Can you not afford options and you salty about that? Okay. I'm just saying. Y'all raggedy dust buckets, hillbillies, swamp people got the audacity to come on here and tell me I'm acting anything. You acting like a trash can. Please, get on. Get on. Like, stop playing with me on this internet. I'm telling you, this is still relatively tamed. Because I'm telling you, you don't know it. As nice as I am, my mouth can be very disrespectful. Get your old ass off this internet, being racist, and take that shit back to where you're from. Okay? Because you don't want me to run my mouth and show receipts about you. Believe that. Play with me, baby. Play with me, and I mean that. Anyway, y'all, let's spin a block. And this spin a block is gonna be a real interesting spin a block. And I think it's gonna be very interesting because there's some things that are getting ready to come up that we ain't really touched on yet. But let's go on and do it. Get in the car, put your seatbelts on. Put your seatbelts on, because I know some of y'all don't like to put the seatbelts on. Put the seatbelt on. We spinning the block. Here you are again, pressed like a panini. So I hear what you're saying, but your actions don't line up with that. And by that, let me show you. So didn't you post this just a couple of days ago after you saw my video that Bree posted? And if in fact this isn't you, your name is right here and this is your picture. So you're speaking about do not judge, but you truly thought that I had a phobia, but you were on here judging me. What does that say about you? One thing about the Bible that people do not like is that people weaponize the Bible when it is convenient to them, which is what you're doing. So when you're being a Bible beater and trying to push Christianity on society, and this is what you're doing, what does that say about you? I also find it really strange that you posted that video about me and you couldn't at me, but you came on here to say this. You make Christianity look like a joke because how you go about it. You preach this, but the real person you are, you show with your actions. Your words and your actions don't line up. That's the real problem. But anyway, have a great day. Thanks for being a fan. I really appreciate you. And keep being panini pressed. Bye-bye. Hey, Christy, how are you? So someone sent me a video that you made and you were speaking of me. But you didn't want to say my name, and you also know that your page is private. So I'm a little boggled by that. But however, you said that I spread gossip and lies. But are they really gossip and lies? Because there's a lot of truth to what I'm saying, and you know that. Which is why you made sure your post was private and your page was private. Because if you really wanted to at me, you would. Say what you have to say. It's not that serious. Like, you don't throw stones and hide your hands because it really makes you look bad. Why are you so pressed over me? If I'm not a big deal, right? Why are you so pressed over me? Why is this a big issue? Why do you post about me but privated the account so I can't see it? Anyway, I want to show you guys what she wrote. Hey, Christy, I would suggest you getting off my page because I have receipts that this is a lie. You talk about me all the time. I have receipts. And if I post receipts, I will embarrass you. About that and other things, which I don't want to do. So I would suggest you getting off my page and don't come for me unless I send for you, okay? Because you commenting on my page, I don't like you. I will never like you. You are unethical. You do a lot of things that I just can't get with. And at the end of the day, you're on my post. You're on my page, okay? Stay off. Gypsy, act normal. Act normal, Gypsy. Relax, hold the phone up. Side, front. All right, let's go. Hey, TMZ. I caught Gypsy after I dropped her off, walking into the Dollar General. You guys might want to see this picture. How much do you guys have? I know we called it a lot of times this week, but don't lower the price. All right, 500. No, I can't do 2. 5. Sold. Sending it now. I'll only send 1. I'll give you another $200. If you give me another $200, I will send the other picture. Okay. Christy, I sent them. Did you blur out the fact that you weren't really on the phone? Oh my goodness, Christy, I forgot. Hey girl, I get it. We don't love Gypsy, right? And she's done her fair share of things, and we all have disputes with that. But I don't feel like we should hate on the fact that her nose definitely looks different. I think that this nose is clearly, it's a lot flatter at the top. It looks a little more contoured. Here you can see the bump in her nose. It looks sort of a little bit like a beak. But it looks good. She had a great nose job. Whoever was the doctor who did it did a phenomenal job. And I know that we're all biased, right? Like, we have like our things about her. But I feel like if someone has something done and it looks good, we shouldn't really be afraid to say it, right? That doesn't mean that we agree or support the things that she does, but we're able to say, Gypsy, okay, your nose looks good. I mean, that doesn't dispute that we feel like she should still be in prison, right? We should, but she's here, and I mean, her nose looks good. Kudos to her. Let's not be haters. We don't need to be. It's not that serious. Okay? Y'all have a great day. Bye-bye for now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Look, me versus you ain't know what they thinking. Cheap and expensive, you know it's a difference. You know that it's pain, you know what it's giving. Hair, nails, good.
The creator on TikTok named Scout Patterson, which I think is really ironic considering Dan Patterson. Obviously it's likely no relation. That had a lot to say from a male's perspective about Gypsy Rose, her relationship with Ken, Ken's relationship with her, her relationship with Ryan, and Ryan's relationship with her, that I actually found very interesting. And I really respect his opinion. And I wanted to share with you guys. I wanted you guys to watch this. His videos are about 2 minutes each, and this is about 4 parts. But I think that this is going to be something you guys will really like and appreciate, because I know I sure did. Drop your comments down below. while watching this because I would love to hear your take on his opinion.
So I see mostly female perspectives regarding the Gypsy Rose situation. Maybe there's men out there, I haven't seen as many, but I see a lot of women, and I can understand that because, you know, she was going to do the whole women's advocacy thing. She went to a women's prison, and, you know, people are trying to identify with her as a woman or call her out as a woman. I get that, but I figure I put a male perspective on this. In this photo behind me are my two brothers, Eric and Aaron. They passed away years ago. Aaron, over here, he passed away in 2010 at the age of 19. Eric passed away at the age of 21. They had Duchenne muscular dystrophy, one of the many illnesses that Gypsy was mocking, so you should say, and benefiting and grifting from. And before you guys all harp on me and say that, oh, her mother made her do all this, listen. She was 23 years old. When I saw the video of her in the snow, jumping around in the snow, pretending her legs didn't work. First of all, a newsflash, your whole body doesn't work when you have muscular dystrophy, not just your legs. So they should have done some more research before grifting on that. But another thing is, like, as soon as I saw that video, and if I lived in that neighborhood where Gypsy and her mother was, I would have called BS immediately, just judging about how well coordinated she was getting in and out of the wheelchair by herself. Are you kidding me? Before the age of 10, both of my brothers had to have full assistance getting in and out of that wheelchair. There's no way around it. None. They couldn't even feed themselves, let alone jump around in the snow and get in and out of that wheelchair like it was nothing and just pretending the legs didn't work. She was clapping her hands. She was doing everything else with every part of her body. Apparently her and Dee Dee only thought that this only affected her legs. Wrong. So bad grift. But regardless, you know what I mean? It's just as far as that, her particular grift, her and Dee Dee go as far as that go. First of all, I do not believe for 1 second that Gypsy was... I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. I think Gypsy was groomed to be into this position, but there comes a time in someone's life, whether that's your teenage, probably most of your teenage years into your 20s, when you're self-aware of what you're doing. You know what's going on. You know what the other person is doing. You know the difference between right and wrong. So even though I think it might have started out as a grooming situation, I fully believe Gypsy was on board with her mother with these rips 100%. All those free Disney trips, concerts, meeting celebrities left and right. Who wouldn't love that? That doesn't sound like abuse to me. Abuse only came in after her lawyers got involved. Go back and listen to when she was being interrogated by the police and she was trying to bullshit the police. Go back to that and take a listen. Because usually you get the most truth before they reach lawyers. This part of the video is going to be about Gypsy's sexuality, because I know this played a big part for Nicholas. First of all, I think it's been a huge injustice on Nicholas's part. I think that entire fiasco should have gone to trial for both of them. I mean, yeah, we got Nick's trial, but I would have loved to see Gypsy's trial go in there, and all the accusations that, you know, she's putting out about the medical abuse after the Freedom of Information Act stuff has been out now. All the stuff about the medical abuse and the abuse from her mom. I would like to see a really strong district attorney actually go up head-to-head with her and call her out and actually, you know, debunk all this stuff right in front of her face or her lawyer's face. But you want to know what? If you guys watch Becca Scoops, I'm not sure if anyone knows who she is, but she's an amazing YouTube channel that covers most of the Gypsy Rose saga, her and her partner. I just want to give a shout out to them. They're an amazing deep dive if you ever want to check out the Gypsy Rose case from a forensic and evidence angle. They have a rabbit hole you're going to go very deep down in, and it's very well researched. So Becca Scoops, I love you, and my God, keep up the great work. Keep up the good work. I want to see some other cases too. But anyways, back to this. Gypsy, first of all, it doesn't take a very experienced male to see that you are still doing everything in your power to try to use your sexuality. You used it on Ryan, and I truly believe that you used it because Ryan, at that time, first of all, he was the next guy you can cling to. He looked good on paper for you to get out on early release. I have no doubt in my mind, because within 90 days after you got out of jail, kaput, you discarded him for the other guy. Everybody saw that coming. You're predictably unpredictable. I think that's a good way to put it. But you want to know what? I mean, your charms wouldn't work on me. I see through you in 3 seconds. It's the weak men you go after. But you know what I like about this? Is that Ken, whether you want to accept this or not, Gypsy, if you're watching this, He's very disconnected, and you can tell. By you sitting there in that therapist's office crying over the fact that you don't want him to stay for the baby, but so this relationship will work while you're crying, that is not the words and actions of a secure woman in a secure relationship. That is some big insecurities, and I think even you deep down know Ken is very, very disconnected from you. It's obvious. The guy's in this for himself, for his own clout, for whatever it is, whatever his ulterior motives are. But it's kind of nice seeing you get a taste of your own medicine, because you groomed Nick into killing your mother. Or unaliving her, sorry, that's the politically correct term on social media. And you groomed Ryan into marrying you so that way you can get out on early release and it would look good on paper. That's what it looks like to me. You know what I mean? And you can sit there and deny this all you want, but you want to know anyone with common sense, at least half of it, sees right through this stuff. And you want to know what? It's just obvious at this point. But anybody else that can believe what they want, just my take. Another thing that I want to point out about this is I see that Gypsy always likes to skirt around the fact, or at least not bring up the fact, that Nick was level 2 autistic. The guy was very inexperienced with women. I think he didn't have any experience with women, and he was level 2 autistic. And we've all seen those videos of Ruby. If anyone knows who Ruby is, I'm pretty sure. Go look up who Ruby is. It's one of Gypsy's many little alter egos, or personalities, whatever you want to call it. But this was a premeditation of a crime for 2 years. It's not like she just woke up one day and just had some, big, revelation and big panic attack and was just like, I need my mom gone. This was elaborately planned for over 2 years. And she just convinced the guy that was not, all there, he's autistic, and they're thinking like, hey, you're coming to slay the dragon and you're going to save the queen. Just like one of the Disney films that she watches. No different than that. And she would put on the wigs and the cosplaying and all the outfits to play the part for him. And he bought right into it. And he's the one that's stuck with life in prison, and she's just remorseless over this. Where's Nick's second chance? How come he doesn't get one? This is the first case I've ever seen in my life where the mastermind, the one that plans this, the one that has the most to gain out of this, if not the only one that has something to gain out of this, got some sweetheart deal and got to go free after just a few short years and didn't get the most time. Charles Manson didn't wield a weapon either. This is Gypsy saying, oh, well, I didn't actually wield a knife, therefore I'm not as involved as he was. No, you just handed him the knife and groomed him to actually commit the crime. You did have a murder weapon, Gypsy. Nicholas GODEJOHN was your murder weapon. That's exactly who your murder weapon was. And he did the wielding for you. Because that's what you had him do. That's what you groomed him to do, and you had 2 years to get it done, and you got it done. Because we all know what you're like when you don't get your way. Now, again, I like to reiterate, Charles Manson didn't lay a finger on anybody. He went to jail for his whole life. Where was his sweetheart deal with a reality show? If anyone's familiar with the Dan Markel case, look how many people are serving life sentences right now. Everybody that helped pay for the hitman. The hitman actually got less time. One of the hitmen actually got less time. He actually got, I think, 12 years. The other one took it to trial, didn't take a plea deal, and he got life. But the one of the trigger men, he got a deal. The rest of the ones that paid for it and planned it and had the most to gain out of it actually ended up in prison for the rest of their life. And another one from that family, the Adelson family, Donna, the mother, the one that provided the money and most of the correspondences, she's about to go on trial right now, and she's looking at the same fate as her son, who just got sentenced to life in prison, I think, 1 or 2 years ago. So, again, this is the only case I've ever seen where the mastermind actually got little to no time. Make that make sense. But I want to give another perspective on the male aspect and her sexuality. Look at the men that before Ken came along, look at the kind of men that she was targeting. She targeted a man that was autistic with no experience with women, has no experience with emotions. He was still trying to, he probably didn't even understand social cues very well, let alone how to navigate emotions like that. And then also you got a guy named Ryan. No offense to Ryan, but you want to know what? The guy, he's old. He's older. He's like in the middle age area. He's not particularly the most attractive man. He's a little overweight. And I'm not saying that means a whole lot, but you want to know what? If a girl, to him, Gypsy's a bombshell. Let's just say to his standards, Gypsy is probably some huge bombshell. And with all the sob stories that she fed him, I'm pretty sure he just fell right into her grasp. And you know what? He's still, as far as I see it, still crying over her to this day. And Ryan, I really hope that you could talk to someone, a therapist, friends, meet a really nice other girl or something. Forget about her, man. She's one of the most toxic people globally known. The sane people know it. The supporters, the little minority of supporters, who cares? You know what I mean? Jodi Arias had supporters too. Charles Manson had supporters too. Some of the most violent criminals had supporters. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that they have a thing called hybristophilia. Go look up what that is. It's an actual term. But anyways, back to the sexuality aspect. What I like seeing about the Ken dynamic is she does not, like I said before, she does not have a grasp on him the same way she did over Ryan and Nicholas. He's very disconnected. You can see that. And whatever his motives are, whether it's clout, whether it's getting on TV or publicity to meet a much more attractive woman, whatever the case may be. But look, that's not to say Gypsy didn't try every trick in the book. As soon as Ken came back into the picture, what's the first thing that happens? She gets knocked up. You think that was just by accident? Mm-mm. She didn't want Ken getting away that easily this time, because he got away once already, and you saw the way she reacted to that. Oh my God, it's like the most traumatic thing in the world. I couldn't believe he broke up with me. It's just like, yeah, she didn't want to make sure he's going anywhere this time, so baby trapping him was probably on that list as soon as he came back around. And he's coming back around for his own reasons. Those exact reasons are very speculative, and I'm pretty sure I have a good idea on what they could be. But you want to know what? I'm just going to wait and see it out. But it's a nice little power struggle for Gypsy. And it's one of those things where she's kind of getting a taste of her own medicine. She does not have control over this situation or this man. She's not going to be able to get him to do her bidding. You see her chasing him like a dog and seeing her be the insecure one for once. You know what I mean? I think Ryan had every right to be insecure over the whole Ken thing, everything else. I wouldn't have married her in the first place just knowing that. But you want to know what? I think he had every right, with all the games that she played, to be as insecure and to seek the reassurance that he did. But that's just my perspective. What do you guys think?
All right, I know this video had a lot going on in it, but drop your comments down below. Let me know if you liked it, what you liked about it, and happy Easter, everybody. Happy Easter. Easter. What did I just say? I don't know, y'all. I got too much going on in my head. But bye, y'all.